Formula One MSC Cruises Grande Premio de Sao Paulo 2025.
Nice. Nailed it. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Formula America podcast. We're your host, Kurt Dillon. Formula One is back after a short break and going to one of the more exciting races, I think.
And iconic.
The Sao Paulo Grand Prix. It is. It's super iconic. There's always changing weather. This
95% chance of rain on Saturday.
It's absolutely ridiculous. And last year was chaos from before the race. And just talking about the GP, not even on the sprint. Before the race started, we had chaos.
Yep.
We got to see Lance Stroll put it into the wall on the formation lap. Classic. And then he beached it.
Yeah. He was okay and then beached it.
He was completely fine. There's a nice paved road that he could have taken, and he decided to put it in 4 low and cut right through the dirt.
And then realized the Formula One car doesn't have 4 low.
What an idiot. That's actually 2 years in a row now that there's been a formation lap incident. Charles Leclerc famously put it into the wall the year before.
Famously.
So, dude, this race is one of the exciting ones. I was thinking about that the other day. The America's leg is pretty exciting. Yeah. We've got Coda, which is always awesome. Then Mexico, which this year was awesome.
Last year was
Sao Paulo. Yeah, exactly. And then Sao Paulo's great. Vegas has been great. This is a nice leg for the series, I feel.
No, I totally agree. And you remember last year during quali when the clouds rolled in and it turned to nighttime on the last couple of minutes? Like everyone was talking about needing headlights. It was wild. Sao Paulo always delivers.
It does.
You were here 2 years ago for the rain.
I was, and that was one thing I noticed was how quickly the weather changed because we were sitting there for quali on Saturday. Everything seemed fine. All of a sudden, it got super dark, and then we decided to get out, and that's when the grandstand that was right next to us had the roof tore off of it in the storm. It was crazy. It happened in almost the blink of an eye, it seemed like. So we'll see. It looks like it's going to happen again.
I hope so. We'll see if it matters on the tires. So they're going one step harder than last year, which nobody would know because there was no hard tires used last year or no dry tires used last year. So we're going back to the 2023 spec of the C2 through the C5. I'm sorry, that's not right. C2 through C4. I wrote it down wrong. Which is one step harder. And the reason they went one step harder was during free practice 1 and 2 last year, which was the only time they actually, or just free practice 1, excuse me, because it's a sprint weekend. Free practice 1. They did run the dry tires and they saw a ton of degradation on them. This is a brand new resurfaced track as of 2 years ago. And 2 years ago, they ran the C2 through C4. Last year, they went one step softer. Just in that one practice, it looked like the tires were coming apart. So they went back to the C2 through C4, which probably means it's going to be a one-stopper if it's dry.
Right.
They do say with it going one step harder, the soft might come into play when historically it has only been used on a sprint. But nobody really knows. We don't have a lot of data on these tires in a dry race on the resurfaced track.
That's awesome. And I love the jeopardy of that, but I'm looking at the weather right now. So Friday, we have a 55% chance of rain. So it says strong thunderstorm early in the day, Friday. Then Saturday is 63%. It says some rain and a thunderstorm in the evening. And then Sunday, 55%, mainly cloudy and potential for AM shower. So
what are you using for that?
So I am on AccuWeather.
So Weather Channel, weather.com, has Friday 56% chance of rain of PM showers, not AM showers. Saturday is a 95% chance of rain all day. And Sunday is a 24% chance of rain, mostly cloudy.
Either way, it's
so
going to be
nobody knows.
Nobody knows. Everybody's just like, it's probably going to rain. It's Brazil. I think though that this is going to lead to some good sprint race and a good qualifying for the GP, and then potentially there could be some cars that are maybe out of position at the start of the race on Sunday.
Yeah, Zach Brown's going to complain that Hülkenberg shouldn't have been there, and well, he was Zach. All right, deal with it. Tell your driver not to cut across the entire lane like nobody else can be there.
That's a big question mark right there. Is Oscar Piastri going to show up in the same form that he's been in the past few races, or is he going to have a resurgence of the old cool, calm, and collected Oscar?
That'll be really interesting. And so let's look at Brazil last year. How did Oscar do? Max won it with Esteban Ocon and Pierre Gasly rounding out the podium.
That goes to show you something.
Lando was in 6th place and Piastri was in 8th place, 44 seconds off.
Yeah, last year was a kind of a strange race for everybody involved.
We had a Hulkenberg disqualified. Lance Stroll did not start. Alex Albon did not start. Franco and Carlos Sainz both DNF'd.
Yeah, that was a big one last year. And then if you remember the start, because of Lance Stroll getting stuck, there was an aborted start, but half the field incorrectly aborted the start and went around before the green. So they got penalized, and it was a mess at the beginning of last year's race.
Yeah, it really was. We can only hope for more craziness this year.
I hope so. As long as it doesn't affect number 4.
I hope it affects him in a really bad way.
All right. So before we move on to predictions, let's talk about where we stand right now as far as the Drivers' Championship.
Okay.
We've got Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri separated by 1 point. Then down 35 points behind Oscar, you have Max Verstappen. This weekend is a sprint race, so there are 33 points up for grab. Not quite enough for Max to take over the championship, but enough that if there's disaster on the McLaren side, then Max is right there.
There's enough on the table to make the McLarens really start sweating it.
There is. I think it's awesome now because this is going to be Max in his absolute rarest form, because he has to be. He has to take all of the risks. He has to get as aggressive as he possibly can. So if you're in front of him and you're in an orange car, I would be super nervous. Yes. I would be so scared to see him in my mirrors.
And this is the best form of Max. It is the rarest form when he has to bring it out. But when he does, it can be an absolute masterpiece or it can be an absolute menace. Probably a little bit of both.
Yes. Yes. And what we got to see last year when he came through the entire field to win that race, people counted him out, myself included. And then we got to see what he did in that wet weather. And it was a stroke of it was a masterpiece. Yeah. It really was. So I think that this weekend's going to be exciting. I think this weekend's going to let us know if Max still has a chance or if he's just completely out. But man, I'm pumped for this one.
I'm pumped for it. So with that, let's get to our predictions.
Let's do it. Oh, all right. Why don't you go ahead and start with the sprint with who you have on pole?
Got Maxi Boy on pole. Super Max is coming through this weekend.
All right. It's going to be raining. Oh, wait. No, the sprint quali is going to be on Friday.
Which afternoon PM showers or early showers? We don't know.
So it could be wet when they start. I had Max, but I'm going to change it. I am going to put...
I would not put Lando.
You know what? I'm going to put George Russell.
Oh, ooh, I like
George Russell on pole for the sprint.
Okay. All right. Who do you have in P3?
P3, I got 2 here. P3, I'm going to go with George Russell. Again,
he's going to lose two places. All right.
I'm going with my alternates on here.
I'm going Lewis Hamilton.
Oh, I would like to see that. The hometown hero. He's one of 2 Brazilian drivers this year.
Kind of. Yeah, you know, more or less honorary.
His honorary accounts.
Yeah. P2.
All right. P2, I have Charles Leclerc.
Okay. All right. He's not going to crash out on the formation lap this time?
Not this year. He is not stupid.
I believe that was so unlucky. I think I am stupid with Baku. This is I am so unlucky. Why me?
Yes, it was. Yeah, I don't know if you heard that, but the dog just knocked a bicycle down on him. So
I did not hear that.
All right. Yeah, that was a bad one. All right, let's go ahead with P1.
Hang on. I didn't put my P2 out there.
Oh, sorry.
It's going to be Norris.
Oh, nice.
And P1's like Max.
That. P1's Max. Oh, okay. I should have saw that coming.
Yeah, you should.
Because I have Max on P1 as well, but now I'm going to swap him out. Nope. I'm going to swap him. I'm going to put Norris, who I actually didn't even have on the podium.
That's saying something.
It is saying something. I will go with Norris though, since you had Max there.
There's so much rain. They're going to be high downforce. They're going to use it, and that's going to neutralize the Red Bull DRS. So
yeah,
it's going to be interesting.
But I mean, if you think about it though, Max is really good in the rain. Norris is actually pretty decent in the rain too. And then of course you got Hamilton. Can never count him
and
out
Alonso.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
And apparently Hulkenberg.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Except for last year when he high-sided it and got beached on the curb.
Happens to the best of us. All right. Wild card. I have it there.
My wild.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. My turn? Okay. After everything I just got done saying about Hamilton being so great in the rain, I'm going to go with the Hamilton DNF on my wild card.
All right. I'm going red flag. The sprint race will be red flagged.
Caused by Hamilton's DNF.
I'm fine with it. That's cool. All right. GP.
All right. Moving on to the poll for Grand Prix. I'm going to put Max. It's in the rain.
I've got Max as well, and I'm not willing to change it.
Okay.
Yeah, this works well for you because if we're both right, you're ahead in the predictions. So, who do you have in P3?
Okay, P3. I am going to go with Sir Lewis Hamilton, hometown hero.
All right. He's gonna after he DNFs in the sprint, he's gonna come back.
Yes, he is. He's going to come back.
I got Lando P3.
Okay. Oh man, I got to switch up a little bit here. You know what? I'm going to go with Oscar Piastri P2.
Ooh, he's gonna resurgence. He's gonna get in front of Lando in the points too.
Ooh, I don't think so.
Is he?
I don't think so.
All right, P2. I have Charles Leclerc.
Nice. P2. I already said that. P1. I have Lando Norris.
What happened to Max?
I'm not sure what happened to Max.
Okay.
He was on pole, but something bad happened, I guess.
Fair enough. I've got Max winning it.
Okay. My wild card is probably what's going to happen to Max. I have Stroll DNF. Max is going to go to lap Stroll, and Stroll's going to take them both out. My only wild card is Stroll DNF, though. I'm just saying the other stuff was bonus.
Imagine that already happened once with Ocon.
I know. And all right. And here's what I'm imagining when I'm saying that in my mind. Remember that old clip of Michael Schumacher sprinting from one garage to the next? That's going to be what happens.
That's going to be Max
out. Oh, it would be both of them just beating up on Stroll.
And we'd
just jumping them.
Yeah, we'd be over there going, yeah, get him. No, just kidding.
Could you imagine Max and Jos Verstappen versus Lance and Lawrence Stroll?
Yeah, I'm taking the Verstappens every day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Hands down. I hope nobody would even step in either. They'd be like,
just let
they deserved it.
Don't get like Lawrence. Let Lawrence go. Just But we are not advocating for violence. Yes, we are. Oh my gosh. I don't want that to happen because I want Max to win the championship and make all the McLarens cry. But that would be a close runner-up.
that would be worth it. That would be worth a 33 on his car next year.
My wild card is there will be 4 DNFs.
Golly, that's possible. Completely possible. Especially after what we saw. What was that? Mexico.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a bloodbath this weekend, and I am here for it.
All right. Yeah, man, this is exciting. This is going to be a good one. Sprint race, Grand Prix on Sunday.
Leclerc is off the market, ladies, officially as well.
Oh, yeah, we
are breaking across Italy and France.
Charles Leclerc is getting engaged, or getting married. Got engaged.
Of course, my wife immediately went and looked up how big the ring was. Estimated $525,000 ring.
Yeah, that's the same thing my daughter was looking at. She's like, look at that rock. Like, well, somebody's making, probably $30 million a year.
A year. She's like, that's it? Just 6 carats?
Well,
it's race
what
week.
Else? It is, man. I'm excited for this one. It's on in the Western Hemisphere, so it's going to be normal times as well.
Yeah, I actually got that pulled up. I'm glad you said that. So the free practice 1 is at 8:30 a.m. Central Time. Sprint quali is at 12:30 p.m. Central. Sprint race is at 8 a.m. Quali is at noon. Race is at 11 a.m.
Perfect. I like it. You said sprint race is at 8 a.m.?
8 a.m.
Central time.
Central.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm excited for that. Make sure you update your fantasy going into this one. This is a potential big points haul this week.
I got let down last week, and I think I changed my fantasy up and everything. Yeah, I'm down in 13th. I got to scroll to get to me. This is just no bueno. I'm not changing it. Rock and roll is what I got.
Yeah, I like it. Stick to your guns. All right. Well, if you like this podcast, make sure you leave us a rating and a review and share it with a friend. And follow us on Instagram, Formula_America. And I think that might be it, Dylan. Do you have anything else?
No.
All right. Well, on that note,
stay classy, America.
We'll see you next time.